Ji, Assalamu alaikum students. This is mathematics grade 2, and we are continuing our first unit, unit number 1, numbers up to 200, and our topic is spike abacus, expanded and short forms, and place value. And this is our day 3. So, student learning outcomes for today's lesson. By the end of this lesson, we will be able to uh, determine the 3-digit number represented by a spike abacus, represent a three-digit number using spike abacus, and write 3-digit numbers in expanded form in reference to their place values, and write a 3-digit number provided in the expanded form. We will convert that number into short form. And finally, we will identify the place values of the digits of a 3-digit number. So firstly, what is a spike abacus? Here I'm going to show you a video, and watch this video carefully, and after this video I will ask you a few questions regarding this video. So here we go.
Numbers, place value. What is an abacus? Abacus is an instrument with which we can count numbers and understand the place value of each digit in a number. An abacus has spikes depending on the number of digits in a number. To count a 2-digit number, we use a 2-spike abacus. To count a 3-digit number, we use a 3-spike abacus. The digits are represented using beads. In a 2-spike abacus, the spike on the right side denotes digits at ones place, and the spike which is on the left side denotes digits at tens place. For example, the number 5 is represented with 5 beads at the ones place. The number 26 is represented using 2 beads at tens place and 6 beads at ones place. In a 3-spike abacus, the spike on the leftmost side denotes digits at hundreds place. For example, the number 215 is represented with 2 beads at hundreds place, 1 bead at tens place, and 5 beads at the ones place. Let us see how to count numbers in an abacus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Counting in the same manner, if we skip count in tens, then 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100.
So students, you have watched this video, and now we will move on. So firstly, let us reinforce our ideas. What is a spike abacus? Previously we were using spike abacus with 2 spikes having representing 2 positional values, ones and tens. So here what we have progressed in this lesson is that we are using a spike abacus with 3 spikes. So here we have included the positional value of hundreds. So if we can reinforce what was a spike abacus. Spike abacus is a tool, an instrument used to show numbers, and in each rod we can put up to 9 beads. So each of these, you're looking these rods, either we can call them rods or we can call them spikes. So in each spike or rod we can put 9 beads. Now can you tell me, as I have briefed recently, that each spike is represented by a letter, and letter represents a position value shown by that spike. So can you tell me the spike which is denoted by letter O represents which place value? Yeah, the place value represented by the spike denoted by O is one's place value. Now move on to the next question. In spike abacus, T denotes which place value? The T letter T represents the tens place value, and similarly the H denotes which place value. Here is the spike, third spike, which is represented by H. So the positional value which is represented by H is hundreds place value. Now let us learn how to read the numbers using the spike abacus. So here I am showing you a spike abacus. Each spike abacus will be having a certain number of beats, and from counting the beats, we will form the number represented by that spike abacus. So here we are initiating. Here we are having some beats at the ones place. Here we are having some beats at the tens place, and here are few beats in the hundred place. So firstly, let us determine the number place by place, place by place. So firstly, let us count these beats. Here I'm going to count these beats. So firstly, let us look at the ones place. At the one place, how many beats we are having? Let us count these beats. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Now, it means the number represented at the ones place, the digit represented by ones place beats is 8. Now move on to the next place value. Here we are having at the 10th place spike, we are having only one beat. So the number represented by the spike at 10th place is representing the digit 1. Or we can say the number represented by the spike at 10th place is 1/10. Now move on to the hundreds. And before moving to the hundred, firstly let us count the number of beats. How many beats the hundred place spike is having? Here is the first spike, and here it is the second spike. So we can say that the number of beats at the hundred place are two spikes are there at the two beats are there at the hundred spike. So the digit representing the this number at the hundred places, we can say that it is two. So here it is 2. So the number represented by this spike abacus is 218, which means two hundreds, one tens, and eight ones, forming the number 218. So let's move on to the our second spike abacus. Again, here we are having some beats at the ones place, here we are having some beats at the tens place, and here we are having a beat at the hundred place. So firstly, let us count the beats at each place. At ones, we are having a counting, we are initiating our counting from the ones. So here we go. One, two, three, four. So the number representing the digit representing the one place value here is, we are having it 4. Now move on to the 10th place. Similarly, we count using the pen, our digital pen. Here we are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 beats at the 10th place value. So the number represented here by the beat at the 10th spike is 6. Now move to the hundreds. Here we are having only one beat. If you can see that we are having only one beat, so the number represented by the at hundred place is 1. Now form the number. The number is 164. So if we can further elaborate this number, it is 100, 6 tens, and 4 ones, forming the number 164. Now move on to the third number. Here we again having a spike abacus. Here we are having some beats at the ones, some beats at the tens, and some beats at the hundreds. Now you will count and tell me how what is the number shown by these beats at the certain spikes. So can you tell me the digit at the ones place? Which digit will come at the ones place? Yeah. If you count it one by one, one, two, three, four, five. So number digit at the ones place is 5. And now count the digits at the tens place. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, 9. So the digit at the tens place is 9. And how many beats are there at the hundred spike? there are two beats. The number is 2. So the digit is 2 and the number is 295. Or we can further elaborate this number in terms of this their place value as 200s, 9 tenths and 5 ones, forming the number 295. Let's move on. Let me clear this. Let me clear this annotations as we were marked earlier. Now, here I'm showing you a spike abacus, and you will draw the beads to show the number. I will provide you the number, and you will put the beads in the spike to show that number using the spike abacus. So here we have a number. Here we go. Here you will represent the number 182. 182 is the number which is going to be represented by the spike abacus. Uh, it is a three-digit number, so we can further elaborate this number as 100s, 8 tens, and 2 ones. So as we start putting the beats from the smallest place value spike, so the smallest place value spike is the 1 spike. So how many ones are there? There are only 2 ones. So how many beats will we put in this the spike? We will place 2 beats in the 1 spike. So here are the 2 beats representing 2 ones. How many tens we are going to represent using the 10 spike? We are going to represent 8 tens. It means we have to put 8 beats in the 10 spike. And how many hundreds we are going to represent? We are having 100, so we will put 1 beat in the 100 spike. So here is the number 182. Now move on to the next spike abacus. Here again we are having a number 209. So the digit at the ones place is 9. So how many beats will we put in the ones place? We will put 9 beats in the ones place spike. So here we go. These are the 9 beats representing 9 ones. How many tens are there? There are 0 tens. So it means we are not going to place any beats in the 10 spike, so that this spike will remain empty as we are having 0 tens. Now move on to this 100 spike. We are having 200s. So how many beats will be there in the 100 spike? We will be having 200s representing the digit 2 at the 100th place. So the number here we have represented using the spike abacus is 200, 0 tens and 9 ones. The number was 209. Now here we go to our third representation of a number using spike abacus. Here we are having 6 ones. Here we are having 6 ones, 4 tens, and 200s. So the number is, if we are telling about the ones, so 6 beats will be placed at the 1 spike, 4 beats will be placed at the 10 spike, and how many beats will be placed in the 100 spike? As we are having the digit 2, so the number of beats in the 100 spike is 2. So the number here we have represented using the spike abacus is 246. Further, this number can be elaborated as 200s, 4 tens, and 6 ones. Now move on. Here I'm going to show a number, how to represent a number in its expanded form. So can you tell me what is the meaning of expansion? Can you tell me? Yes, expansion is the increase in the size of any object. We can say that the balloon expand when we blow air into the balloon, or we can say that when we heat some object, it expands. So the word expanded means the increase in the size of an object. So the expanded form of a number, it means the number represented in expanded form means we will elaborate this number in a long form. We will elaborate its each digit in terms of its place value in the long form. So this would be made clear by using some examples. Each digit in a number has certain place value. Here we have having a number. It is a three-digit number. So what is the number? The number is 145. Or we can further elaborate this number as 100s, 4 tens, and 5 ones. So let us see. The digit at the ones place is 5. So the digit 5 is representing 5 ones of 5. The digit at the tens place is 4. it is representing 4 tenths or 40, and the digit at the hundred place is 1, and it is representing 100 or 100. So the expanded form of 145 is 100 plus 45 plus 5, or in words we can also write it as 100s plus 4 tens plus 5 ones. So here is a simple point which you have to remember while solving these questions, that although here we have provided the place value chart, here you can see that we have represented 5 by O, 4 by T, and 1 by H. So the O is representing that the 5 is at 1's place, 4 is at 10's place, and H is at 100 place, 1 is at 100 place. But not all the time you will be provided by this place value chart. Sometimes you will be having a digit at some place value, and you will be asked to write that number in the expanded form. So remember that the first digit from the right, here the first digit from the right is 5. The first digit from the right is at one's place. Always the digit from the right is at one's place. Now moving to the second digit. The second digit from the right is at tens place. Always and always, the second digit from the right is at tens place, and third digit from the right is at hundreds place. So if you're not provided this place value chart, you have to remember this key point, that the first digit from the right is at ones place, second digit from the right is at tens place, and the third digit from the right is at hundreds place. So you have to remember this key point while solving your exercises further in the textbook or here wherever you will be provided. So now it is your turn, and here you will write the provided numbers in the expanded form. Here you're expected to write the provided numbers in the expanded form using the numeric value, not in the words. You will be writing their expanded form in the numeric value. So here the digit, here a number is, we are shown here is 269. 200, 6 tens and 9 ones. So the digit 9s is because the digit 9 is the first digit from the right, so it is representing the place value of ones. So the 9 is representing 9. 6 is the second digit from the right, so it is representing tens. 6 is representing 60, and 2 is the third digit from the right, it is representing 200. So similarly, here we have a similar question. You are going to solve using the similar pattern. 3 is the first right digit of the number 153. 3 is the first digit from the right, so it is representing the ones place value, and here 3 is 3. Now 5 is the second digit from the right number, so it is representing 50, and 1 is the third digit from the right, and it is representing 100. So the students, the number is 153. Now move on to this next example. It is same as we have solved the previous two examples. So the here we can see the first digit from the right is 6, so it is 6 ones. Second digit from the right is 8, so it is 8 tens or 80. And 1 is the third digit from the right, so it is 100s or 100. And now it is the fourth example following the same pattern. First digit from the right, ones place. Oh, wait a minute. The second digit from the right is 0. So what is the place value of 0? So remember this point, that the place value of 0 is always 0. It doesn't contain any value. So it is only 0, has a place value of only 0. It doesn't contain any place value. And the 1 has a place value of 100 because it is third digit from the right. Now move on. Now we are writing numbers in short form. So how do we write the numbers in short form? We will be provided the numbers in the expanded form, that could be in words or in numerals, and then we will form the number in the numeric form using that expanded form. So the short form is not anything that has to be formed, it is just a way of writing numbers. So in the expanded form, we specify the position of every digit in the number. Conversely, in the short form, we just write a number in the numeric form as we write normally. So the way we write numbers, numerals is short form of numbers, and expanded form numbers can be written as short form numbers. So firstly, let us see how the numeric expanded form can be converted into short form. Here we have a number that says we are having one hundreds, four tens, and five ones. So the number is 145. Now here we have a number in words expanded form. Here we are specifying the place value of each digit. So it says that we are having one hundreds, four tens, and five ones. So that form the same number. You can see that the expanded form is represented in two forms. Here the expanded form is written in the numeral form, in numeric form. Here the expanded form is written as in the words form. And here both the forms can be converted into the same numeric form, which is 145. Now let's move on. Here we have our turn to write the numbers in short form. Firstly, we are having 100 plus 8t plus 1. So it is the number 181. Second, we are having 200s, two tens, and two ones. That forms the number 222. 200 plus 60 plus 4, that forms the number 264. And here we are provided shown a number 100 plus 9 tens and 0 1. It means the number is 190. 190. Now let us recap what we have learned in today's lesson. Firstly, we have seen that spike abacus is a tool that can used to represent numbers, and it provides a better understanding to the students regarding the numbers, because it provides a visual understanding for a three-digit or two-digit number. Previously, we were using a two-digit number and using a two spike abacus to show that two-digit number. Here we have enhanced our understanding by including the place value of hundreds and including another spike. So here we have discussed three-digit numbers, and we have denoted that three-digit number using three spike abacus. Here we were having three spikes. The first spike from the right was one spike. It was represented by O. The second spike from the right was represented by T, and it was showing the place value of tens. And the third spike from the right was represented by H, and it was showing the place value of hundred. Now let us reinforce this idea that each spike can only have 9 beats at the maximum. Why we have only having 9 beats at the maximum? Because 9 ones form 1 tens. So whenever we are having 10 ones, that would form 1 tens. Likewise, when we are having 9 plus 1, 10 tens, that form 100s. So any of the spike can have 9 beats at the maximum. It couldn't have any beats more than 9. So, and the other point which we have learned in today's lesson is that we can write a number in expanded form, and expanded form is of two types. You can write a number expanded form using the digits, or you can write the expanded form using the words. And when you are asked to write a number in the short form, you can just simply write a number, and that is the short form of the number. So that was all from today's lesson. Here I am going to assign you with an assignment. How you will submit this assignment is that you will uh, scan the exercises provided in the textbooks by filling the solving the exercises in the textbook, and then submitting your assignment in the form of scanned copies. You can submit these exercises by tomorrow. Firstly, the exercise you are allotted is exercise 1D at page number 11, and exercise 1E at page number 13. So that was all from today's lesson. Thank you very much, and Allah Hafiz.